Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today talking about Klawf Electrode, which I've done before. The motivation behind this is pretty simple. The last few days, I've run into a number of Klawf Electrode decks on the ladder, and it seems like whatever deck I'm playing, I've just gotten run over by this deck. They've just set up turn one, boom, 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 just knocked out my Pokemon. It's just been brutal. So I figure, hey, if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm going to play the deck. I've done it before. It is a fun deck, right? It's a single prize deck, or a sort of single prize deck. One of the main attackers is single prize. The other is a multi-prizer. So I don't know if it's really a single prize deck or not. But getting into the Pokemon, and the typing's good. The typing is good, fighting and grass attacker. So Klawf, unhinged scissors does 30 plus 160 more if affected by a special condition. We have a couple ways to do it. It's pretty easy to get special condition on. So then we're doing 190, or we're paying a DTE on it. So it is 170. And then with weakness, that's doubled when that's effective, when that's in play. And also, we are one-shotting our opponent's single prize Pokemon, which is nice as well. I'll just jump to the energy, 4 DTEs to pay for Klawf's attack. And also, we will attach, and I will attach and retreat on occasion, right? Because particularly the Bibarel, we don't have much switching opportunities for evolution Pokemon the way this deck is built. So the 1 DTE does pay the retreat cost there, and that is something to keep in mind. So since I'm on Bibarel, it is a 2-2 Bibarel line. Just give ourselves a nice simple engine there. Hit the other engine piece, Squawkabilly EX. We want to go second with this deck. We want to attack turn one, and we have the ability to take out a basic EX or V. So that's the goal. Take a knockout, ideally a multi-prize knockout. The Squawkabilly EX just helps set up turn one and pull off the attacks a lot more. So just, relatively simple, but really gets things going. The other attacker is Hisuian Electrode V, and this one attacks for free, which is also partly why we can just get by with 4 DTEs in deck. If you had a single prize deck, you can't just have 4 DTEs and think you can win games, because eventually they're going to knock out 4 Klawfs. 4 Klawfs, you lose the 4 DTEs, and you can't attack again, you got a problem. But Hisuian Electrode V attacks for free. Super good. Tantrum Blast does 100 per each special condition on this Pokemon. We can get 2 of them on, burn and poison. You probably know how it works, but we'll get to that under the trainers. Well, actually, it's under the Pokemon as well. So let me jump right to that. So Toxic Powder on the Brute Bonnet, right? That ability is really important for the deck. And this does survive rotation, this part of it. We're losing a key card under the trainers. We'll have to, I'm not sure how the deck's going to do post-rotation or not. But Toxic Powder, once during a turn, if this Pokemon has an ancient booster energy capsule, which is a tool, and of course we play it in the deck. If that's attached, you may make both active Pokemon poison, so that gives a special condition on us, and it does 10 damage to both Pokemon between turns, and then we also, so 2 copies of that, because that's important to get into play. And then we play Radiant Hisuian Sneasler, which really does help with the math a lot. It's here for poison peak ability. During Pokemon checkup, put 2 more damage counters on your opponent poison Pokemon, so it does 3 damage counters or 30 damage between turns. It does help take knockouts when we wouldn't otherwise, so very, very good. And the other benefit to it, if we can take the knockout between turns, that is definitely a better thing to do, because it doesn't trigger things that are based upon a Pokemon being knocked out the previous turn, such as Raihan. That doesn't trigger Raihan, and some other things as well. So that's a nice bonus too, that it takes away certain cards, certain plays from our opponent. All right, getting into the trainers here, we got a bunch of trainers. Start with the tools, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. It's here, it gives plus HP and such, but it's just here to get, so we can poison our Pokemon, that, as well as our opponents as well. Excuse me, taking a sip there of my beverage, little coffee is what it is. And then 4 copies of Spicy Seasoned Curry, which this is losing to rotation, and this is a big setback for the deck. I'm not sure how viable it will be post-rotation, but it's super easy way to get that special condition set up, and it gives us the second special condition, which we want 2 special conditions on Electrode. Hisuian Electrode V, usually your Pokemon's burned. It does heal 40 damage off it, which is nice when we take advantage of that, but we want to get that burn condition on nice and easy with an item. Okay, since I hit the one tool, let me hit the other tools in the deck. 1 Bravery Charm just helps us from getting knocked out. which can be important, right? You just got to choose which Pokemon to attach it when. When will it actually make a difference in the game? Then 2 copies of Forest Seal Stone. We play the V Pokemon and Hisuian Electrode V. No V-Star, so Star Alchemy ability, of course, is awesome. Search your deck for any one card once during the game. All right, our switching options. Heavier, more switching than some decks just because of the nature of the deck. 2 switch carts, which only switches basics, but then when it goes to the bench, it heals 30, which is useful, right? We're taking the... Even if our opponent doesn't hit into it, which will happen sometimes, we're damaging ourselves because of the poison and or the burn. So it gets rid of that condition, heals us up some. Very good there. And then 2 escape ropes because it forces our opponent to switch, which can be a benefit at times. And also, we can get a Bibarel out of the active spot. Okay, let's get to the trainers. Battle VIP, 4 Battle VIP Pass. We got a bunch of basics that we need to get going. So 4 Battle VIP Pass, especially we have Squawkabilly EX, we should hit at least 1 Battle VIP Pass turn 1, ideally 2 if we can. 3 Nest Balls, really obviously good getting those basics down. And then 4 Ultra Balls. We only have a couple evolutions, but we need to draw into them. So I think having 4 copies just makes sense. It just makes it more likely that we get an Ultra Ball so we can draw Bibarel. Plus Bibarel draws to 5, so Ultra Ball just to discard cards from hand is useful as well. Okay, the other items here, 1 Super Rod, put up to 3 Pokemon from the discard pile into our deck. Basic energies as well, but we don't play any, so ignoring that aspect of it. And then 1 Energy Loto. Not all the decks play that, but I do like it because we only have 4 energies in deck. Getting those sometimes is a problem. So we look at the top 7 cards of our deck, reveal an energy, put it into your hand. So it's the one card that lets us look for, not the whole deck, but part of the deck for special energies, right? Other energy search cards just look for basic energies. This is any energy, so it will get us the DTE. So just increasing the odds of getting the DTE when we need it. We do play Town Store, which lets us search for a tool card, right? We play a number of tools, so 3 copies of that, and 1 copy of Collapsed Stadium just helps us, shrinks the bench to 4. It's good, right? We want to get rid of often Squawkabilly EX or something like that as the game goes on, or Hisuian Electrode V that's taken a decent amount of damage and we don't want to get knocked out. Get it to the bench, get it out of play. So Collapsed Stadium is useful at times for sure. And then the supporters, I think, is the last thing. 2 copies of Professor's Research, right? Just helps to get set up. 4 Ionos. You could almost switch the Iono count and the research count. I'm not sure. Iono's good, still early, getting 6 cards. Then late game is disruptive to our opponents. So if we're set up, it's good. And even if we go to a small hand, it's okay as long as we have our Bibarel set up, right? Because then we just draw to 5 anyway. So we can Iono ourselves to a small hand and not worry about it. And then 4 Boss's Order. So a lot of Boss's Order, right? As many Boss's Orders as possible. I've seen some lists play Counter Catcher as well, which is a good card. Could swap out Energy Loto for Counter Catcher, but I want consistency cards, and Energy Loto helps with the consistency. So that's the list. I'm pretty sure I hit everything. It's fairly straightforward to play. It's almost all basics except for the evolutions, which is a very simple engine. So just get attacking and start grabbing those prizes as fast as possible and get your opponent behind. Right from turn 1 is the goal, and just don't let them catch up. So let's take a look and see what the deck can do. Hopefully, I can kind of beat up my opponents the way this deck has been beating me up the last few days. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm playing shortly after the recent update that include the battle log, which is very nice. So you want to go first? No, I want to go second. So I have to always remind myself of these decks. They want to go second because used to wanting to go first, right? That was all right. Electrode V, super nice, spicy seasoned curry. I could attack for damage my first turn. I have Battle VIP Pass. This is super good. Have Bravery Charm to attach. This is great. This is really great. I have the Stadium. I have Boss. This is pretty much a dream scenario. I can act because I can get 2 special conditions on Hisuian Electrode and take out. Oh, this is in their weak to grass So I will get my two. Actually, I just need one special condition, right? As long as I'm poisoned, it does 100, which becomes 200 because they're weak to me. And then as long as I need to get my, I need to get, this is great. Yeah, so I think I don't want to burn myself. I think I want to save the burn, right? Save the burn. Don't feel the burn. Save the burn. So I want Brute Bonnet. And do I even want a Squawkabilly? This hand's awesome. I think I don't want a Squawk. And I want to get, what else do I want? I want another Electrode down for next turn. I have access to my tool, so that's like insane here, right? So let me grab my Ancient Booster Capsule. So right now you're doing nothing. Oh, so I need to get down the Radiant Sneasler, right? So let me make us both poisoned. So now I'm doing 200 plus your poison. So I just need to get, my Radiant Hisuian Sneasler down, and I'm knocking out between turns. I'm putting less damage on myself. It's really amazing, quite frankly, this start. So I will do 200, and if I did the planning properly, 30 damage, boom, they're knocked out. 10 damage on me, which is okay. So super, super awesome, right? We'll see if my opponent keeps playing. This is the type of thing where this deck just shines like a huge star. So I don't have an engine here, which is a negative, but, that's okay. If they get another Roaring Moon in play, they might be able to take the knockout, but you know what? I just knocked them out again, so that's not good for them. So okay, so wow, so they're in just a ton of trouble here, ton of trouble. All right, they put the Roaring Moon back, so I guess they're hoping to get Roaring Moon back in play. I have Boss, so super awesome there. They haven't used the support yet. Oh, and I have the battle log. I got to remember that. So, like drift return, we don't see what that is. We see what happens between play, right, which is the checkup, and that's when the knockout of play took place, right? Applied the 30 damage, the 10 damage. It was knocked out, discarded the energy. So we see how the Pokemon checkup is when the knockout occurred. So anyway, they attach the tool just because, still within their hand, right? So more Pico. I don't really think I want to. I think I just take the knockout here, right? That's all I want to do. Okay, so I mean I'm doing 100, right? I have to poison them again though. That's what does need to happen. So I need to poison them. Do I keep the... how do I want to work this? I'm going to get rid of the rope. I mean, I like the rope, but I might want to research next turn is what I'm thinking. And I want to get my Bidoof into play. And I want to get a tool attached as well, right? That's also, right? So boss and research are awesome for next turn. Let me grab something here. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's my only... Oh, so did I... Okay, so I believe I have two whatever ancient booster blah 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 things in deck prized. So which is good. I play 3 because otherwise I'm doing nothing, and then does 30 damage. So boom, they're knocked out. 30 more damage to me. They might knock me out, but this deck is rolling quite nicely. And they don't knock me out with more Pico. More Pico has the free retreat, right? So Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, not a name that flows off the tongue. So I have boss. I can one-shot either of these guys on the bench. Roaring Moon, though, okay. So Mew is, although on my attacks, no good for them. So Professor Sada, which is good. They only get 1 energy in play, so they might knock me out, and if they do, they do. if they knock me out with a wrong move, it's kind of not so bad in that I can then I'll play the research, right? Is what I'll do. I'll lose the Forest Seal Stone, unfortunately, with it. So maybe I shouldn't have drawn the Forest Seal Stone. I don't have a free switching card, so they get rid of my stadium. I just need one special condition to knock him out again. So this is where. So I don't think I want to use Seasoned Spicy Curry. I don't think I do. Oh, I hate losing those guys. I really do. But I think I got to research. I think I do. All right, let me. I'm not going to boss. I want to take the 2 prizes. I'm greedy. 200 knock you out. I just need to keep setting up, right? Losing this. Okay, so get a Klawf into play, and an energy on him is good. It's not. I can potentially win with boss next turn, right? So 200. I have my Radiant. So if my opponent played Path to the Peak, I have to remember that then I lose that extra 20 damage, and then I wouldn't have gotten the knockout, and I would have needed to play the Spicy Seasoned Curry. But, okay, so 1 Ancient Booster Capsule there, and, okay. So Darkrai. And Darkrai is also weak to grass, but right now I do not... how do I want to work this? I'm just trying to think what I want to send up. Assuming they knock out my active... they might not, though. They haven't used their V-Star power, right? No. Oh, no, the Darkrai they just played this turn, right? And I can check that, right? Was the Darkrai... Yeah, this turn. Okay, so good. If they don't knock me out, I just have game. They're going to rope me. And I'm just going to send up... I'll just send up the Bidoof, because... And they use Sadas, right? No, don't look at the discard. I got to get used to the battle log, right? So I was looking at the discard pile, which is the old way to see what they play. They go, I see Professor Sada. It's near the top of the discard pile, so it means they probably played it. And I actually can... I mean, I just have knockout here, period, right? So I will attach, retreat. I mean, I have boss. I just, I just have a ton of stuff going on. I will make myself burned. So now I'm doing 100, and I will just... And I could boss as well, but I needed to boss beforehand, though, right? So boom, boom, boom. Just this is what Klawf Electrode felt like. I was on the receiving side of games like this when I was playing it. So hey, it is when it works, it's tremendous. And honestly, as I've been playing it, it has been pretty good. And it does give you the option now to export the battle log if you want. I can't imagine I can do that most of the time, but hey, the deck just doing its thing. All right, let's see what happens here, and hopefully good things happen. Obviously, we'd like to go second, which you usually get to go second, right? Most decks still want to go first. They won the coin toss, I think. Yes, okay. The battle log. I couldn't check the battle log to see what they called, right? The concede button is now yellow. Oh, I thought I clicked reduce board FX VXX earlier. Oh, am I going second? Let me take a look. It says I decided to go second, which is not true, right? My opponent decided to go first, right? So I want him in there. So hopefully I can take 2 prizes this turn, right? So I can one shot. I can take out Ice Rider. I can take out Chen Pao this turn. We will see. It's probably not going to happen. But it could. I have, let's think here. So Town Store, and then I need to grab Research, I think. Yeah. I mean, Collapsed Stadium's still a nice stadium at some point in the game. I'm kind of sad about losing these stadiums, but I think I need to Research. I need to take a knockout this turn. That my goal is very simple. Take 2 prizes this turn. Yeah, and I'm hopefully the Ice Rider stays there. I mean, I'd love to take out the Ice Rider because I cannot one-shot a VMAX that's not weak to me. So hopefully okay, well, actually, that's pretty nice, too. I'll attach there. So I'm going to Town Store. So I think, so I'm probably going to be guaranteed, I should be able to pull off the knockout now, I think. So I need multiple pieces, right? Like, because I need to burn myself and poison myself. All right, let's take a look at the Pokemon here. I have the Sneasler, I have this guy, I've got some tools. I would like not to draw into the tool because the tool I can grab with my stadium, right? I'd rather get these other cards I need. I don't have knockout, unfortunately. So it's not great, is it? It's not great. So, all right, it's not good. But I'm gonna do what I got. I got to do what I got to do here. I'm gonna draw a card largely the thin here. Unfortunately, so I missed what I needed on the research, which, it's unfortunate. I think I do want to hit it. I mean, I could have attached and retreated. I would have preferred to attack with Klawf, of course, the way things went. Oh, I need to burn myself. I mean, poison, both of us. I didn't need to get the Radiant into play. I just needed to, because I didn't need the extra damage for him. 200 plus the 10 would have been fine, but I needed to get Spicy Curry. The Klawf would not have taken the knockout either. What this does do, let's think. I've done what? 110 damage. And is it a 320 HP Pokemon? So they're at 210. So I think the Klawf will come up short. I think the Klawf comes up 10 short. They're going to, assuming they attack with the VMAX, and I don't know if they will. They might, though. They just need to get a second energy on, and then they take me out very easily. That's their Irida there. Okay, so what are my other options for my first turn, right? Obviously, I came up short on my first turn. So did I maximize, right? This is kind of the question I asked myself. So, I got the attack off. I could have, right? I think I started with Klawf as well, right? It shows my opening hand, so I can check what that is. Oh no, that's my opponent there. Here's my hand. It should show me. So I had Klawf. I could have put Klawf in the active, but he would have come up short. All right, so Melanie. Okay. So Mew gets an engine. It doesn't do a ton for him. So Palkia. All right, so I don't hit them for weakness, which isn't great. They don't hit me for weakness either, but they're better at one-shotting me, right? That's what I'll say. So I have the knockout here, which is super nice, super nice. So, I'm gonna play Iono, right? And I take a knockout. So 90. I mean, right now I do 100. So I'm gonna take the knockout. I need to get myself set up. Do I want to grab a tool? I don't think there's any. No, I mean I could. Right? There's another Forest Seal. So and then I was going to say, wait, is there even a tool in deck? There is. Well, this is pretty stinky. This is pretty stinky, is what I'll say. Man, I could switch. I mean, I could retreat. I could hard retreat. I don't know that I want to do that though. Do I? And save him for next turn. I'm just going to attack here. I'll just attack, take the knockout. I mean, I could poison again, but it doesn't do anything. We're both poisoned already. Should I have retreated and attack with Klawf? That was the question on that turn, is I'm wondering. Okay, so So they're going to knock me out pretty easily, I assume. So what do they have? I can't one-shot the Palkia V-Star. I can two-shot him, but I can't one-shot him. So what are they going to get rid of? They're going to get rid of my tool, my ancient booster energy capsule. Yes, they are. So they're leaving the stadium, and I have another stadium in hand, and they've already now check the log. So they haven't played. There's a supporter yet. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know there. So Radiant Greninja is not good as well. Can take out the Bidoof. He doesn't take out the active though, right? So we'll see what they do here. We'll see what they do. I need to evolve this Bidoof as quickly as possible. That's one thing I will say. So what's this? Oh, Suicune V. Okay, but the Suicune is actually nice because I can one-shot the Suicune pretty easily. What are they going to attack with? I mean, they can one-shot me with the Suicune V, and they might want to do that because he's. But I don't know if that's really. I mean, I don't love that play. Well, they're going to get the Palkia into play, I assume. The Palkia V-Star, right? And a rope. So I think if they play the rope, and they could attack with Radiant Greninja, maybe. They're not guaranteed to, though. They're not guaranteed to. In that they have to attach energy from hand, right? And I don't. Did they attach energy? Oh, now I can't see what's happened. So I'm going to send it to Bidoof because I can attach and retreat from him. So he's not stranded there. Did they attach energy for this turn? They did already. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know, which means they can't. All right, well, that's actually pretty good for me. So do I want to, I think I want to send up the Klawf. And that's okay. That's okay. So I think I'm going to have to just ride this game out without my engine and just give up on the engine, I think is the play, which is fine. So I think I want to snag my tool. Partly just to thin the deck too, right? So I have 2 more copies there. I have Brute Bonnet. I have 2 Electrodes. I just don't take the knockout, which is fine. But setting up for next turn, right? Right now, I just come up short. But getting my other single prize guy set up as well is good there. And I will just discard. Oh no, attach the tool. That would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. Okay. Do I want another something else? Do I want another Electrode V in play? That's kind of what I'm wondering here. I think I'll just attack with what I got here. I think I'll do that. I do have the rope actually could end up being really good too. So 170 damage, and I have 170 HP, so nice. And I'm down to 160 HP. Oh, did I have Sneasler in play in my deck? Man, I probably should have got Sneasler down, although it probably doesn't matter yet, right? Especially, and they do have the Greninja attack, which is still annoying. They haven't used their V-Star power yet, so they can hard retreat, and then they get 3 energies to power up the Radiant Greninja, if that's what they want to do. They don't take any prizes with him, though, so I don't think that's the play they want. Honestly, Lumineon V is not, in one sense, isn't terrible. They can take a knockout with him and get him out of play. We'll see what happens here. All right, so where are they tossing the energy? That's the first question, right? What are they thinking of attacking with? So Suicune's powered up now. Okay, so I'm going to send up the Klawf because he gets the knockout here, and I want to be able to because the other Vs I can easily one-shot, right? So I think I drop down. I don't want to drop down. I want a V, Electrode V. I could drop down the Sneasler. I don't need that. I could drop down the Brute Bonnet and a tool just to protect myself. Although, so I'm going to, I think I want Iono here, right? Oh, this hand's pretty good, right? So, what did they play for supporter last turn? Let me look at that. What are they likely to play? What's their supporters in the discard pile? Okay, so I'm going to. I'm not gonna Iono. The hand's pretty good. That's fine. And I will. I need to poison myself. There's no. I don't play the Radiant Hisuian Sneasler because I don't need that extra damage yet. And do I want Klawf down? I don't think I do. So he takes the knockout. And actually, I should have used the Iono because I wanted boss next turn, right? I needed boss. I wanted boss in hand. That's what I wanted. So, okay. So, all right. So I made a mistake there. But at this point, yeah, I should have gotten boss. I should have dug out a boss. But the only way at this point, they're either going to attack me with a 2-prize Pokemon. So which means, and I haven't seen any Spicy Cura yet, right? I don't think. I have not. So that's good too. So the Palkia. So the Palkia V-Star is a problem, but that's okay. Can't evolve this turn, right? Chen Pao. So Suicune, and so we're going to take out the Sneasler. Okay. I mean, that's okay. And this is why I'm glad I did what I did. So I will send up the Electrode V because I need to get 2 special conditions on, though. That's what needs to happen. So, okay, I got it there. So that's beautiful. Okay, so I got Brute Bonnet. I might as well make the plays. I'll do the slightly extra damage here, right? So I will, let me just grab, I'm going to grab my Radiant, just, flex a little, apology. It won't take long. So do this. I'm doing 100. And now 200, which doesn't knock you out, but now, and I didn't need the Radiant because it goes up to, so flips for this. I mean, I already have game, but it's going through the process the way it sequences it, which I assume is the correct sequencing. Since I win game, it doesn't matter here, but obviously if the game doesn't end, potentially these things matter. So there we go. So, you want to one-shot multi-prize Pokemon. That's the biggest way to win games right now. And it sets up pretty easily. And, the danger to the deck is up against single prize decks. On level 67, we will see probably some really pitiful rewards. The level system's really poor in terms of the rewards. I'm level 67. It doesn't really mean anything at all as far as I know. And then I get 50 coins, which are just for cosmetics. So it's kind of like, I mean, thank you, but it doesn't, not really meaningful. Okay, getting back to the deck here. You do have a single prize attacker, but you don't want to trade single prizers, Klawf versus single prizers, because you're going to one for one. Eventually, you're going to have to attack with Electrode V because you can only attack with the 4 Klawfs. You can recover them, right? I do play Rod, but I can't recover the energy, so just 4 Klawf attacks over the course of the game. And then what you're relying on is one Hisuian Electrode V not getting one shot. So that's what has to happen. You've got to get Hisuian Electrode with the tool, with the Bravery Charm, and not have him be one shot to have a chance to win against the 1 prize deck. That's what I don't. That's the tough mashup. But doing the 200 plus the 30 is really good math in a lot of these matchups, as we got to see with that last game. So definitely give the deck a try. It sets up a lot on turn 1, and it is a very fun deck to play. Take care.